Welcome back to Pika English, where we learn useful English through warm and real conversations. Today, we are talking about a topic many people know very well: city life and country life.
Yes, this is a very interesting topic. Some people love the city because it is busy and exciting. Other people love the countryside because it is quiet and peaceful.
And some people are in the middle. They like the city on Monday, but they want the countryside by Friday.
That sounds like me. On Monday, I like coffee shops, trains, lights, and people. But on Friday evening, I just want fresh air, trees, and no traffic noise.
That is a good way to start. Today, listeners will learn useful words and phrases like convenient, crowded, peaceful, cost of living, public transport, and pace of life.
These words are very useful because we can use them to talk about where we live, where we want to live, or even where we want to travel.
Let's begin with city life. When people talk about the city, one common word is convenient. For example, we can say living in the city is convenient.
Convenient means easy and helpful. In the city, shops are near, hospitals are near, schools, restaurants, and train stations are often close to your home.
Right. Last month, I forgot to buy milk. It was late, but there was a small store near my apartment. I walked there in 5 minutes. That was very convenient.
In the countryside, that may not happen. If you forget milk, maybe the nearest shop is 15 or 20 minutes away by car.
Or maybe you just look at your tea and say, "Today I drink it without milk."
That is country life problem solving. Very simple, very calm.
But city life is not perfect. Another useful word is crowded. We can say the city is crowded during rush hour.
Rush hour means the busy time when many people go to work or go home. In many cities, trains are full, roads are full, and everyone looks a little tired.
I know that feeling. One morning, I got on a very crowded train. I wanted to read a book, but my arms could not move. The book stayed in my bag.
That happens to me too. Sometimes the city gives you many opportunities, but it also gives you many people around you.
That's a nice sentence. The city gives you many opportunities. Opportunities means chances to do something good, like finding a job, studying, meeting people, or trying new activities.
Yes, for example, if you want to study English, the city may have more language schools, international events, and English-speaking groups.
But now, with the internet, country life also has more opportunities than before. People can study online, work online, and talk with people from different countries.
That is true, so the difference is not as big as before, but still, in the city, there are more events and more choices.
Speaking of choices, let's talk about food. City life is great when you are hungry.
Very true. In the city, you can find many kinds of food: Japanese food, Vietnamese food, Italian food, Korean food, and maybe a tiny cafe that sells beautiful cakes.
And sometimes the cakes are so beautiful that you feel bad eating them.
But you still eat them.
Of course, I am polite to cake, but not that polite.
In the countryside, there may be fewer restaurants, but the food can be very fresh. Fresh vegetables, fresh fruit, and maybe food from local farms.
That brings us to country life. A very useful word is peaceful. We can say the countryside feels peaceful.
Peaceful means quiet, calm, and relaxing. Not too noisy, not too fast. You can hear birds, wind, or rain. You aren't always hearing cars and phones.
I remember visiting a small village. At night, it was so quiet. At first, I thought, is something wrong? Because I was used to city noise.
I understand that. When you live in the city for a long time, silence can feel strange.
Yes, but after one day, I liked it. I slept very well. No cars, no loud voices, just quiet.
For many people, that is the biggest gift of country life. Your body can slow down. Your mind can rest.
A good phrase here is pace of life. We can say the pace of life is slower in the countryside.
Pace means speed, so pace of life means how fast daily life feels. In the city, the pace of life is often fast. People walk fast, eat fast, work fast, and sometimes even relax fast.
Relax fast is funny but true. Some people say, I have 10 minutes to relax, go.
That does not sound relaxing.
Not at all. In the countryside, the pace of life can be slower. People may have more time to talk with neighbors or enjoy simple things.
But we should be fair. A slower pace is not always easy. Some people may feel bored. They may miss the energy of the city.
That is an important point. Country life can be peaceful, but sometimes it can feel too quiet, especially for young people who want excitement.
Yes, if you enjoy concerts, big shopping centers, many restaurants, and meeting new people often, the countryside may feel limited.
Limited means not having many choices. For example, there are limited transport options in my town.
That is a very useful sentence. Transport is another big difference. In the city, public transport is usually better.
Public transport means buses, trains, subways, and other transport that many people use. In a city, you may not need a car.
But in the countryside, a car can be very important. If there is no train station nearby or if buses come only a few times a day, you need to drive.
So city life is convenient for transport, but it can be crowded. Country life is peaceful, but transport can be limited.
Nice comparison. Let's give listeners a useful sentence pattern. City life is convenient, but it can be stressful. And country life is peaceful, but it can be inconvenient.
Great! Listeners can change the adjectives. For example, city life is exciting, but it can be expensive.
Or country life is quiet, but it can be lonely.
That word lonely is important. It means feeling sad because you do not have enough connection with other people.
Some people think country life is always friendly because people know each other, and sometimes that is true. There can be a strong sense of community.
Community means a group of people who live in the same area or share something together. In a small town, neighbors may know your name. They may help each other.
I once stayed with my aunt in a small town. One morning, her neighbor brought us vegetables from her garden. I was surprised. In my apartment building in the city, I did not even know my neighbor's name.
That feels very real. In the countryside, community can feel warmer, but also some people may feel they have less privacy.
Privacy means your own personal space or personal life. In a small town, people may know what you are doing. Sometimes that feels nice. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable.
In the city, you may have more privacy because people are busy with their own lives, but that can also make the city feel lonely.
So both city life and country life have good sides and difficult sides.
Let's talk about money now. A useful phrase is cost of living. We can say the cost of living is high in the city.
Cost of living means how much money you need for daily life, rent, food, transport, bills, and other things.
In many cities, rent is expensive. You may pay a lot of money for a small apartment.
In the countryside, homes may be bigger and cheaper, but you may spend more money on a car, gas, or travel.
That is why we cannot say one place is always cheaper. It depends on your job, your family, your lifestyle, and your needs.
Good word, lifestyle. Lifestyle means the way you live. For example, do you eat out often? Do you drive every day? Do you like quiet evenings or busy weekends?
Let's make a short practice conversation for listeners. I will ask, do you prefer city life or country life? You answer first.
Okay, I prefer country life because it is peaceful. I like fresh air, quiet mornings, and a slower pace of life. But I think public transport can be difficult.
Nice answer. Now I'll try. I prefer city life because it is convenient. I like having many restaurants, shops, and opportunities nearby. But sometimes the city feels crowded and stressful.
That is a very natural answer. Listeners can use this pattern. I prefer city life because, or I prefer country life because.
And then add one problem using but. For example, I prefer country life because it is quiet, but it can be lonely.
Or I prefer city life because it is exciting, but the cost of living is high.
If you are enjoying this episode, Write your own sentence in the comments. You can write, I prefer city life because, or I prefer country life because.
Yes, and try to use one new phrase from today's episode, like peaceful, convenient, crowded, or pace of life.
Before we finish, let's review the most useful words.
First, convenient. It means easy and helpful. Living near a train station is convenient.
Second, crowded. It means full of people. The city is crowded during rush hour.
Third, peaceful. It means calm and quiet. The countryside feels peaceful.
Fourth, public transport. This means buses, trains, and subways. Public transport is useful in big cities.
Fifth, pace of life. It means the speed of daily life. The pace of life is slower in the countryside.
Sixth, cost of living. This means how much money you need for daily life. The cost of living is high in the city.
And seventh, community. This means people connected in one place or group. Small towns often have a strong community.
So, which is better, city life or country life?
I think the answer is personal. The best place is the place that matches your season of life.
I like that. Maybe when you are young, you want the energy of the city. Maybe later you want the peace of the countryside. Or maybe you want both.
A small home in the country and a favorite cafe in the city.
That sounds like a dream. Maybe with good internet, fresh coffee, and no traffic.
Now that's a balanced lifestyle.
Thank you for listening to Pika English. Today, we talked about city life and country life, and we learned useful English for comparing different lifestyles.
Remember, you do not need perfect English to share your opinion. Start with a simple sentence, then add one reason.
In the comments, tell us, do you prefer city life or country life, and why?
Keep practicing, keep listening, and enjoy the place where you are now.
See you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.